Good morning. Come on, y'all. Y'all know the drill. Say with me. Wake up and win, wake up and win, wake up and win. Good morning. Good morning. It is a wonderful Thursday. And yeah, so we're back in the studio area. But listen, everyone, good morning and welcome to the Wake Up and Win Show Live. So glad to have you on with us this morning. I'm super excited about today, Thursday. It's a great day. It's April 6th, and it's just a beautiful day for a lot of great things to happen. So listen, I'm your girl, Dr. Jew, and you all know the drill. We get up in the morning, we get prepare ourselves to get out there and go win, but we don't do that without our today's win word. So today's win word is know your worth. Today's win word is know your worth. Now listen, I don't think there's anyone, I don't know anyone who would suggest that they are not valued. I don't know anyone who would suggest that they are not a valued individual. I don't know anyone who would not suggest that they are a valued individual, right? However, I do know people who have a challenge expressing their value to other people. I don't know anybody doesn't believe that they are worth something, that they have value. But where I find people have a challenge is expressing their worth. Now, here's what I want to say. It's one thing to know your worth here, but the way to really know your worth and the way to really let other people know your worth is to express it. One of the things that I see people having a challenge with, especially when I work with my clients, is being able to express their worth, be able to express what's it worth to pay them for a service or what's it worth to sell their product at a price point. See, it's part of the challenge is I may know it internally and I might feel like, hey, I'm a great person, I have a great product, I have a great service, I'm good at what I do. But then when it comes time to telling someone, hey, this is what my rate is, this is what I charge, or no, you can't treat me a certain way because I know my worth as an individual, people get to have a hang up. And therefore, I don't really, or other people don't really know my worth. Other people that I do business with, folks that you're in relation with won't know your worth. And so part of what I try to work with people on is being able to express that, getting over the fear, over the hump, over the resistance to expressing their worth. Getting over the fact that you have a right and a responsibility, more importantly, to express to the world your worth. Now, it doesn't mean you go around saying, oh, well, being braggadocious and over the top, but it is about being able to clearly articulate what you bring to the table, what your rate is, what your price point is, knowing that whatever they're paying, if you will, or whatever the exchange is that it's absolutely worth it. It's absolutely worth it. See, if when people have a fear of expressing that, what that really means on the inside is that I'm not really sure or confident that that's what I'm worth, or that's what my product or my service is worth, or that's what I really feel I deserve in a relationship or a friendship or a partnership. And so, what a lot of people do is they go around life taking what they can get, receiving what they can get, as opposed to putting a command or a demand or just being very clear about their value and their worth. Recently, I had a situation where a organization wanted to contract me for a particular service. And so they asked, what's your rate? And I gave them my rate. And they began to hem and haw a little bit. And I've learned to let people hem and haw. I've learned to let people figure it out because oftentimes people want to pay you what they feel your product or service is worth, what they feel they want to give in a relationship or in a friendship or a situation or partnership. That's not knowing your worth. Knowing your worth is being able to let them figure it out, let them squirm about it, let them deal with it. And if they say, you know what? Yeah, I'll pay that price point. I got that service charge. I understand what your expectations are. Not only do they know your worth, but now you are clear and know your worth. Because if it's just up in here, if your value is just here and you're not expressing it, then you don't really know your worth. If you're too afraid to share it, if you're too hung up on what are people going to say, what are people going to think, then you really don't know your worth or your value. Because knowing it means I'm confidently expressing it. And it doesn't mean we're braggadocious. It doesn't mean we're conceited. It doesn't mean arrogance. It simply means I know. And when I know something, I will confidently express it. So let's talk about real quick. The root of that is ultimately fear. But I want to give you a tip this morning about how to overcome that. I want to give you a tip this morning about how to overcome that. And it's not difficult, it's not hard. It does require practice over and over and over again. It's about, and the tip is really preparing in advance. So if you're selling a service, preparing in advance what your conversation is going to be about your product or service, right? So in the event someone asks you, I want you to practice saying, well, this is the value of what I'm offering, or this is the value of what I'm presenting. And then express that and leave it at that. Don't get caught up in your head. Don't get caught up in what people might say, but practice it. This is the value of what I'm offering. This is the value of what I'm bringing. This is the value of my service. And practice understanding that your price point, that your expectation is rooted in the value of you, the value of what you're offering, the value of what you bring. This is the value. And then let it be. Let it be. Don't argue about it. Don't negotiate on it. Let the other person, let the entity, let the client then figure it out from that point forward. But in this day and age, you've got to know your worth. Not knowing your worth will cost you, and it'll cost you more than just dollars and cents. It will cost you internally because we are wired to know that we are worthy and valuable individuals, and that what we do and bring to the table is worthy and valuable. We're wired to feel that, to know that. We're wired to understand that. Let me say it that way. Our body knows it all too well. Our mind knows it all too well. That there's something valuable in us. The challenge is in letting other people know that. So I want to invite you today to use that one simple tip to just prepare the conversation up it way in advance. Say, this is the value of what I bring to the table. This is the value of what I'm worth. This is the value of my product or my service. And get in the habit of just putting value on you. Putting value, yes, add a value to it. And then let everybody else figure it out. Let them figure it out. Because if you don't do that, then they won't know your worth. And more importantly, you're not living that out. You're not stepping into that. And again, this is not just about product and service. This is about relationships. This is about partnerships. This is even about friendships. It's okay to express, and we're not talking about going around saying, "Well, I'm worthy, I'm worth, I'm worth, I'm worth." No, 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 no. But when those conversations come up, when those opportunities come up, when someone asks you the question, prepare in advance to be able to articulate your value, your worth. Because a lot of times when we try to do it spur of the moment, it's hard to articulate. So prepare it in advance. Have it written out, have your script, have it plastered somewhere, whatever you do, but be ready to share your value and your worth. And when people him and haw about it, let them figure it out. Let them figure it out because you are worth it. What you bring to the table is worth it. What you offer is worth it. And so knowing your worth is not just about the dollar or cents, it's really about understanding your value and being able to articulate that. And I get it, there's a lot of fear around that. But don't be afraid. And again, with our tip, if you prepare yourself in advance, so whenever that comes up, however that may come up, you're already prepared to express it. You're already prepared to say, hey, this is what it is. And let it be at that. And let it be at that. So listen, I want to see you get up and get out there and go win, knowing your value, knowing your worth. Get up, get out there, and go win because you are worth it. You are worth it today. And y'all know the drill. We tell you get up, get out there, and go win. Have a great day. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.